जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा गोलोकानंद राधा गोलोकानंद राधे। जय राधा गोलोकानंद राधा गोलोकानंद राधे। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। गंगमयी की, यमुनमयी की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी देवी की, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna. I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees who assembled for this second session today in the Rasachintamani retreat. The fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga Na Sadhavo Bhagavataastadashrayah Nayatra Yagnesha Makhama Hotsava Suresha Lokopi Navaisa Sevyatam. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga, the place where the nectarian river of Krishna Katha is not flowing. Na Sadhavo Bhagavataastadashrayah, the place where great sadhus, sincere devotees who take shelter of that nectarian river of Krishna Katha are not staying. Third, Nayatra Yagnesha Makhama Hotsava, the place where Krishna conscious festivals are not being celebrated, that place is not worth living. What is the place which is worth living? The place where Krishna Katha river is flowing, the place where devotees who have taken shelter of that river are staying. Third, the place where Krishna conscious festivals are being conducted. This is a place which is worth living. If you don't have access to living in such a place, it's better to stay within the airtight womb of a mother than to come out of that womb and then explore this material world where there is no harikatha, there is no sadhu sangha, and there are no Krishna conscious festivals. So it has been a festival for me to come here in North Carolina and associate with so many wonderful Vaishnavas, children, Prabhujis, Matajis, so many devotees from different places. Yesterday Amarendra Prabhu was discussing how devotees came from different parts of the country and beyond the country also. He was sharing, one devotee came from Dubai, some came from Canada, some came from Seattle. I know, I came from Seattle recently. There was so much time gap, I am still unable to adjust with the jet lag. But these devotees are there, here. So many kids are also here from Seattle, Columbus. And 6 hours you are hearing Harikatha. Yesterday 6 hours. And today also 6 hours. I offer my prostrated obeisances to your patience and ruchi, taste for hearing Krishna Katha. And I feel very, very fortunate to be a part of such a great Sangha. I came here primarily to be with Amarendra Prabhu and get some doses of inspiration. The internal reason for my arrival in North Carolina the internal reason is to associate with Amarendra Prabhu. The external reason is Rasachintamani. Honestly speaking, I don't think I have the purity or maturity to share the same time for speaking Harikatha in Rasachintamani retreat as much as Amarendra Prabhu does. I am speaking from the core of my heart, honestly. I am nowhere close to his purity, his knowledge. Even now also, whenever I have some questions in Gita, Bhagavatam, CC, I text him and then he is very kind enough to answer my questions.
Which I have heard in Prabhu's classes.
Means I forget, he remembers. Which is not correct. As I share, I only know GBC, Gita, Bhagavatam, CC. But he knows much more things, many more things beyond that. Even in this GBC also, my knowledge is very limited. I don't know certain finer nuances. But Prabhu is well read in so many Shastras, born and brought up in Krishna consciousness. For me, 2 decades, more than 2 decades of my life I spent in pure Maya. And somehow, by the mercy of devotees, I came in contact with devotees. At the age of 22, I started chanting Hare Krishna. See, all these kids are so fortunate. So, I feel very, very fortunate and blessed to be given this opportunity to associate with so many devotees and share my understanding of this scripture, although I still have a long way to go deep into it. Krishna's mercy is very inconceivable. I was sharing with Bhurijan Prabhu and Sachinandan Maharaj in the recent Govardhan retreat center. In February we had a retreat there. So Bhurijan Prabhu was asking me, what's your experience in Krishna consciousness? I was sharing, if I have the authority to offer the spiritual privileges that I have been given in my spiritual life to someone who is of my consciousness, I will never give. I will never give these spiritual privileges to someone like that. But Krishna is merciful, Vaishnavas are merciful, spiritual master is merciful, Prabhupada is merciful, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is merciful. So their affection, their mercy is greater than all our disqualifications. Just like Prahlad Maharaj says in the 7th canto of Bhagavatam, Tasmad aham vigata viklava ishwarasya. Let me keep aside all my conceptions or thoughts of being unfit. Let me just grab this mercy which is coming. Sometimes we feel that, oh, I'm not qualified. It could be genuine feeling also, but that could be another facet of self-absorption, another facet of false ego also. By constantly meditating on how unqualified we are becoming more self-absorbed. So better keep aside the thoughts of one's own self, of how one is not qualified, how one is not having the necessary purity or maturity, etc., and then grab the mercy. In that mode, I'm just trying to participate in this retreat. Even Akura, when he was entering Vrindavan, he said, who am I? I am a materialistic person completely engrossed in sense enjoyment, materialistic family life. But am I qualified to go to Vrindavan Dham and take the darshan of Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan? Oh my God, it's inconceivable mercy upon me, coming through an evil tyrant named Kamsa. So Akrura never considered himself qualified for this privilege of seeing Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan. And the opportunity to see Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan came to Akrura through Kamsa, right? So Akrura did not consider himself qualified. Definitely Akrura doesn't think that Kamsa is qualified to give some spiritual privilege to somebody. But still, Akrura says, a fortunate person who is drowning in a river may sometimes be pushed by the waves of the river on the shore. The waves of the river themselves will push the person on the shore. He's drowning there, but the waves will just push him on the shore. That is good fortune. So we need not attribute the success in our spiritual endeavors to our own efforts. We should humbly attribute them to the mercy of Vaishnavas. At the same time, despite having the understanding of one's own disqualifications or shortcomings or faults, we should not be disinclined to grab the mercy that comes. We should be inclined, we should be grateful for the mercy that just comes. Okay, let me just grab this mercy. So yesterday we were discussing Sachimata's affection for Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and her deep emotions when Mahaprabhu took the decision to take sannyas. And Mahaprabhu, what was his intention? What was his purpose of taking sannyas? It's very clear from the words of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami as he described in the 17th chapter of Adi Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So now we will see what Mahaprabhu was doing as soon as he took sannyas. So Mahaprabhu took sannyas and he immediately wanted to go to Vrindavan. He was longing to go to Vrindavan. So going to Vrindavan is his heartfelt desire. The internal reason for Mahaprabhu's descent is to experience Radha Bhav, and Srimati Radharani is longing to take Krishna also in Vrindavan. She stays in Vrindavan, she wants to take Krishna also in Vrindavan. That's the whole Rath Yatra pastime. So absorbed in the mode of Srimati Radharani, Krishna wanted to enter, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to enter Vrindavan. On the way to Vrindavan, he is giving an important message to all the sannyasis, to all the renunciants. What should be the mood of a sannyasi after renouncing this world? That is the shloka. This shloka is from the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a part of Bhikshu Gita. Bhikshu Gita means a song sung by a mendicant. He is Avanti Brahman. Avanti Brahman was once very, very wealthy person. He had to lose all his wealth, and then finally he became very devoted to the Lord, and he started singing a song called Bhikshu Gita. A part of that Bhikshu Gita is this beautiful shloka. Etam sa asthaya paratmanishtham adhyasitam purvatamair maharshibhim aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundang ghrnishevayaiva. Etam sa asthaya paratmanishta. Every devotee, and especially a renunciant, should think like this. The purpose of my accepting the sannyas order is paratmanishta, to have complete nishtha in Paratma, the Supreme Lord. I should be completely fixed up in my service to the Supreme Lord. Paratmanishtham. Adhyasitam purvatamair maharshibhi. One thing is having nishtha, having a fixed up, determined effort to perform on spiritual practices. Second is purvatamair maharshibhi, to follow in the footsteps of previous acharyas. Sometimes one's own nishtha could be concocted. I will be very determined and fixed up in my spiritual practices in this way. One may think like that. But on the other hand, I should align myself with the teachings of acharyas. I should align myself with the prescriptions and prohibitions as recommended by the previous acharyas. If I adopt nishtha in my own style, freestyle, it only creates utpata. Sriti smriti puranadi pancharatra vidhim vina aikantiki harer bhaktir utpata eva kalpate. If we concoct our own spiritual practices, if we worship the Lord, if we show some paratma nishtha in our own concocted style, swavidhana, then that will create only disturbance and agitation in the society. And if somebody who has concocted his own practice becomes little popular and attracts some public attention, then he will spoil other spiritual lives also. Right? The greatest service that we can do in our spiritual life is not only uplifting our consciousness, but also to protect the integrity and honor of the parampara. One may be strong in one's own spiritual practices, but if those spiritual practices are not in line with what the acharyas taught, then we will do disservice to ourselves and to others. Therefore, adhyasitam purvatamair maharshibhi is very important. It's not only paratma nishtha. You should have nishtha. Definitely, we should be fixed up in our spiritual practices, but in alignment with the teachings of the acharyas. If we ignore the teachings of acharyas, if we ignore the teachings of parampara, and then become fixed up in whatever spiritual practice that we are excited with, that could create disturbance in one's own spiritual life and in the spiritual lives of others also. Adhyasitam purvatamair maharshibhi. Sometimes we are reading Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or Chaitanya Charitamrita or any other spiritual literature. You are giving a class on it, for example. Oh, if I just repeat whatever is there here, then it will not be very exciting. It's already there in the book. I need to add some more points, right? Sometimes in the obsession to add some more extra insights into it, people may squeeze out some speculative lessons. And the lessons that they squeeze out may not be in alignment with the teachings of the parampara. Yes, definitely, nididhyasanam or contemplation or introspection is important, undoubtedly. But that has to be in line with the parampara. Read between lines in line with the parampara. Not outside the book, not outside the parampara. You can read between lines. That's what personal realization means. So we need to realize this subject matter, as Prabhupada writes in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th chapter, 1st purport. He defines what is personal realization. Personal realization means first understand what Acharya says, assimilate it, absorb it, realize it, and represent it in a way that is digestible, relatable, applicable, actionable to the modern audiences. with the relevant examples and anecdotes and analogies, etc. But the essence of the original teachings of the Acharya must be retained. Accept the essence, do some analysis, understand the essence, and present the essence in an interesting manner to the audience. Therefore, adhyasitam purvatamair maharshibhi is important. Then, aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundang grinisheva yaiva. Then we can easily cross over this ocean of material existence, which is durantaparam, which is very difficult to surpass. We can easily surpass, provided we are sincere in our spiritual practices and we follow the footsteps of parampara. Right? Personal sincerity and obedience to the parampara. Then we can cross over. Then tamo mukunda grinisheva yaiva. So our engagement in service must be in accordance with the teachings of the Acharyas. Then we can easily cross over this material existence. So this is the shloka that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was reciting, repeatedly singing as he was traveling to Vrindavan Dham. Now, as Mahaprabhu is in such an absorbed mood, Nityananda Prabhu intervenes. He is watching Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from a distance. He is a sannyasi, new, young sannyasi, 24-year-old. In ecstasy, Mahaprabhu doesn't know which is left, which is right. He doesn't have a GPS map to take left and right. Sometimes all the people keep GPS, that Google Maps. They don't take the turn as Google Map is showing. They're absorbed in some conversation. How many times you have missed taking a left turn or right turn while the map is on? But Mahaprabhu is not like that. Although he's so absorbed in ecstasy, he doesn't even understand whether it is day or night. He's not even keeping track of whether he's going north or south or east or west, left or right. He's just in ecstasy, he's going, but he's on the right track. Right? Just like Akura, while he was on his way to Vrindavan, he was so absorbed in ecstasy, whole night he could not sleep only. He was only reflecting on the pastimes of Krishna. He was reflecting on his own good fortune of entering Vrindavan, seeing Krishna and Balaram. He's so excited, so elated. So whole night he could not sleep, and then next day morning he got into the chariot. He was going to Vrindavan. He is not properly directing the horses also. But somehow he managed to reach Vrindavan by the end of the day. And he saw the footprints of Krishna, and he got ecstatic. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was on his way to Vrindavan, he was not keeping track of the directions. He was absorbed in ecstasy. On the way, he saw some people, and whomever he saw, he was trying to inspire them to chant Hare Krishna. Let's recite some Bengali shlokas. Yei Prabhu dekhe sei loka. Premaveshe hari bale khande dukkha shoka. Gopa balaka sabha Prabhu ke dekhiya. Hari hari balida ke uchcha kariya. Sunita sabara nikata gela Gaura hari. Bala bala bale sabara sire hasta dhari. Ta sabara stuti kare tomara bhagyavan. Krithartha karile more sunaya harinam. Ye Prabhu dekhe sei loka. Whomever Prabhu sees, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sees, he is inspiring them to chant Hari, Hari, Hari. Prema Veshe. He is absorbed in prema and inspiring them to chant Hari, 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 Hari. And by saying the word Hari, by chanting the name of Hari, Khande Dukkha Shoka, he is dispelling all their distresses. Dukkha is distress, Shoka is lamentation. All their lamentation and distress is completely destroyed, mitigated by chanting Harinam. What is Hari? This morning we were hearing from Prabhu, Amarendra Prabhu, different definitions of the name Mukunda. Yesterday he was explaining different meanings of the name Gopal. So now let's see some meanings of the name Hari. Hari is one who does haran, who takes away, who steals. What does Krishna steal? Krishna steals butter, yesterday we have seen. Krishna steals the hearts of the gopis, which are as soft as butter, as cool as butter, as white and pure as butter. And Krishna also steals the hearts of those who are hearing his butter stealing pastimes. Krishna also steals our sinful reactions. Krishna also steals our distresses. Khande dukkha shoka. Krishna's name, Hari's name steals all the dukkha and shoka. Vraje prasiddham navanita choram gopangananam chadukula choram aneka janmarjita papa choram chauragraganyam purusham namami. Aneka janmarjita papa choram. Arjita means we have earned. What? Papa. So we have earned so many sinful reactions. Aneka janma arjita papa choram. I have accumulated so many sinful reactions by committing so many abominable activities in so many lifetimes. And Krishna is coming and stealing. Hari is coming and stealing in just by, when I just said the name Hari, he is coming and stealing all of that. We are okay, right? If Krishna steals all your sinful reactions, you are okay? Any objections? Then hear the next sloka. Shri Radhikaya Hridayasya Choram Navambudhashyamala Kanti Choram Padashritanam cha samasta Choram Chauragraganyam Purusham Namami. Padashritanam cha samasta Choram. Are you okay with this? If you have taken shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, samasta, he will take away everything from you. Avanti Brahman lost everything. Bali Maharaj lost everything. Right? Don't just go by fruit vendor example and Sudama example only. To encourage new people to take to Krishna consciousness, sometimes devotees quote the example of fruit vendor, especially Janmashtami fundraising. They say, if you just give some fruits to Krishna, patram pushpam phalam toyam to Krishna, he will fill your basket with rubies and sapphires and gold and silver and diamonds and navaratna. That's easy to advertise for fundraising. And also, Sudama, he just gave 4 handfuls of poha, flat rice. He did not have that also. His wife went to neighboring Brahmanas' homes and begged that 4 handfuls of flat rice and tied in a torn cloth and gave it to Sudama. You can give this as a gift to your friend Krishna. And Krishna gave him some Indra Bhavan. But Krishna, appearing in the form of a small Brahmana dwarf, Vamana, he has taken away everything from Bali Maharaj also. These people have some objection. Seeing Pandavas, people have some objection. Padashritanam cha samasta chauram chauragraganyam purusham namami. Basically, when Krishna steals something from us, he has some calculation. If what we have is favorable for our advancement in bhakti, Krishna will not steal it. He will preserve it. He will, sadhu sangha we have, that's the greatest wealth. Krishna will say, please continue to stay in sadhu sangha. I will not take away this opportunity. But if you are performing offenses in that sadhu sangha, Krishna will pick us up from the sadhu sangha and keeps in a place where there is no sadhu sangha, where there is no association. Even then also, Krishna is acting as our well-wisher only. He is our genuine well-wisher. Because this sadhaka, by being in this company of these people, devotees, is committing so many offenses. And he is ruining his spiritual life. Therefore, let him stay a little away for a while, till he gives up his offensive mentality, then I will bring him back to sadhu sangha. Right? Even in separating an insincere sadhaka or an offensive sadhaka from the sadhu sangha, Krishna is only showing mercy. Right? In short, Padashritanam cha samasta choram means Krishna steals everything from those who have taken shelter of his lotus feet, but he has a calculation. I will give whatever this devotee needs or whatever this devotee wants only if it is favorable to bhakti, and I will take away everything that is unfavorable to bhakti in their lives. So that's why Krishna is called Hari. And as soon as these people chanted Hari Hari, under the request of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Khande Dukha Shoka, their lamentation and their distress is completely destroyed. Gopa Balaka Sabha Prabhu ke dekhiya, Hari Hari Balida ke Uchcha kariya. There are some cowhead boys, little cowhead boys there. And these cowhead boys, they also chanted Hari Hari, Hari Hari, because Mahaprabhu told them to chant Hari Hari. Then Mahaprabhu became very, very happy. He said, Sunita Sabara Nekata Gela Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari went to these cowhead boys and said, Bala Bala, speak, speak. Chant Hari Hari again and again. Shire Hastad Hari. He also kept his lotus hand on their heads. And you know what he said? Kritartha Karile More Sunaya Harinam. Kritartha means I have become successful. To make us chant the holy names of Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is putting so much effort, and when we chant Krishna's names, Mahaprabhu feels, I am successful. Kritartha. Sometimes maybe mothers have this experience. Kids don't eat food. Right? They are going to school, they don't take their breakfast, and the mothers have to somehow, man, please eat one idli piece, one paratha piece, little sandwich, please eat. But the kid is not accepting only. A small child. Somehow if the mother manages to push a few morsels of food into the mouth of that child and sends the child to the school, then the mother feels, I am successful today. I made this boy or this girl eat the breakfast, right? I think mothers can relate with it better. I have seen many mothers like that. My mother also had some experience like that. So similarly, Mahaprabhu, in the mode of a mother, he wants the greatest welfare for all the living entities. Therefore, that's the purpose of his accepting sannyas, to induce everyone to chant the holy names of the Lord. And when we chant, Mahaprabhu finds that it's I have become very successful in making these people chant. Kritartha karile more sunaya harinam. So you have made me very successful. Then Nityananda Prabhu intervened. He saw Mahaprabhu is interacting with these Gopa boys. So Mahaprabhu just went ahead in his prema vesha. Then Nityananda Prabhu secretly, confidentially met these boys and said, Mahaprabhu wants to go to Vrindavan and he will definitely ask somebody. Looks like he came out of his prema vesha. He is able to interact with people because they chanted Hari. Actually, Mahaprabhu is in prema vesha. When somebody chants Hari, 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 he will come out of that. Even in Jagannath Puri it happened so many times. So he will ask you which direction he needs to go to Vrindavan. Then you should show this path along the banks of Ganga. Then all the boys said, yes, yes, we will do it. They are innocent children. Then Mahaprabhu actually asked them. They said, yeah, this is the way to go to Vrindavan, go this way. Then Mahaprabhu started going there. Then Nityananda Prabhu manifested in front of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, Nityananda Prabhu, what are you doing? Nityananda Prabhu said, I am also trying to go to Vrindavan along with you. Vrindavan Yatra. Private Vrindavan Yatra only with Gaur Nitai. Then Mahaprabhu said, very good. So where have we reached? How far is Vrindavan? You are very familiar with so many routes. Remember this point. This will come later in South India Yatra also. Then Mahaprabhu asked him. Nityananda Prabhu said, yeah, we are so close. This is Yamuna river. Then Mahaprabhu became ecstatic. Yamuna. He started offering prayers to Ganga Devi, thinking that she is Yamuna. Chidananda Bhano Sadananda Suno Paraprema Patri Drava Brahma Gatri Aghanam Lavitri Jagat Kshema Dhatri Pavitri Kriyano Vapurmitra Putri. Yesterday we heard the glories of Yamuna. Some more glories are there in Mahaprabhu's shloka here. Chidananda Bhano, the waters of Yamuna are spiritual waters. Sadananda Suno Paraprema Patri, the waters of Yamuna are meant to give pleasure to Nanda Maharaja's son Krishna. Everything in entire Vrindavan exists only for Krishna's pleasure. Whether it's a cow or a calf or a peacock or a butterfly or a monkey or the gopas or the gopis or even stones in Vrindavan, even water in Vrindavan, all the water bodies of Vrindavan, they are meant to just give pleasure to Krishna. Yesterday we were hearing, generally rivers flow towards the ocean. But not following their dharma, flowing towards the ocean, Yamuna river is flowing towards Krishna, to embrace Krishna's lotus feet with her arms, which are the waves, and offering kamalopaharaihi, offering some lotuses to the lotus feet of Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Sarva dharma, they have given up their nira dharma also, the dharma of water to flow towards the ocean. So paraprema patri, Yamuna is meant to offer prema to Krishna, means to enhance Krishna's loving mood. So aghanam lavitri, Yamuna also is known to destroy all the sins, jagat kshema dhatri, and bestow great auspiciousness and prosperity upon everyone in the entire universe. Pavitri kriyano vapur mitra putri, O mitra putri, O daughter of sun god, Pavitri kriyano, please purify us. So this is how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is offering a prayer to Yamuna Devi in front of Ganga Devi. See, Mahaprabhu also can get confused. But this bewilderment is under the spell of Mahaprabhu's Yogamaya, especially the spell of Nityananda Prabhu. Right? So even the Lord's apparent faults also are ornaments in his character. So then, as Mahaprabhu is offering prayers and taking bath in Ganga, thinking that she is Yamuna, suddenly Mahaprabhu sees Advaitacharya on a boat. Then he very innocently asks, Advaitacharya, what are you doing in Vrindavan? Tumita Acharya Gosai Etha Kene Aila Ami Vrindavane Tumi Kimate Janila. Advaitacharya, how do you know that I am in Vrindavan? What are you doing in Vrindavan? Acharya kahe tumi yaha se Vrindavan. Mora bhagya Ganga tire tomara agaman. Advaitacharya says that wherever you are, that is Vrindavan, my dear Lord. Mora bhagya, because of my great fortune, Ganga tire tomara agaman. You have arrived at the banks of Ganga. Then Mahaprabhu understood the cheating of Nityananda Prabhu. Great people cheat for a great cause. I can't say great souls cheat for a great cause, because they are not souls. They are the manifestations of the Supreme Lord. Prabhu kahe Nityananda amare vanchila. Ganga ke aniya more yamuna kahila. Nityananda Prabhu cheated me. He did vanchana, vanchila. Ganga ke aniya more Yamuna kahila. He showed me Ganga and said that it is Yamuna. Then Advaitacharya gives a technical explanation supporting Nityananda Prabhu. Actually, this is a place where Ganga and Yamuna flow together. This side is Ganga, that side is Yamuna. We have actually taken bath in Yamuna only. But this is Ganga Tir. We are close to Navadvip. We are close to Shantipur. Please come with us. Because you are a sannyasi, young sannyasi, you have taken sannyas recently, and it is my grahastha dharma to invite some bhikshus, sannyasis like you, and offer them some food. And in my home, I only cooked one morsel of food and little vegetable, some anna. Please come and have meals, and then you can proceed in your yatra. Then Mahaprabhu is a little cornered. Nityananda, Advaita. Both of them are trying to corner. And before this only, Nityananda Prabhu told Chandrasekhar, go and inform Advaitacharya. Let him come here. I will manage. See, Nityananda Prabhu is giving a promise to Chandrasekhar and communicating a message to Advaitacharya on behalf of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's consent. You see, he did not confirm with Mahaprabhu. Will you come to Advaitacharya's home? Are you okay with this invitation? Please. You have to send a mail before confirming. But Nityananda Prabhu planned the entire program, big mela for Mahaprabhu's Shantipur visit. He organized his yatra without even telling him. The main personality in this visit doesn't know that he is going there. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so much aligned with the will of Nityananda Prabhu and all his devotees. This is how the Lord aligns with the will of his devotees. Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan. Somehow Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya intervened and they stopped and diverted him. Later again Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan. He attempted after he settled in Jagannath Puri. Then Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, they came. Sanatana Goswami said, you should not go with so many people. Again Mahaprabhu had to go back. Then again Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, third time. Then Sarupa Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. Actually Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Rai. They intervened and they were trying to postpone Mahaprabhu's Vrindavan Yatra so many times. So Mahaprabhu had to postpone many of his plans for Vrindavan visit because of the intervention of his devotees. This is how Lord Chaitanya aligns with the will of his devotees. Anyways, so Mahaprabhu goes to Advaita Acharya's home. I will minimize this discussion and go to the next episode. But what happens there is Advaita Acharya makes elaborate preparations for bhoga and keeps in front of the deities. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sees this and says, Aiche anna ye kara ke karaya bhojan. Aiche anna ye Krishna ke karaya bhojan. Janme janme shira dharan tahara charan. Offering bhoga to the deities is not a detail. It's a very, very deep devotional activity. And Kaviraj Goswami describes elaborately so many prasadam episodes, elaborate bhoga arrangements, so many times in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mahaprabhu says, whoever prepares such elaborate bhoga and offers it to the deities of Krishna, I keep the dust of the lotus feet on my head, their lotus feet on my head. This is how Mahaprabhu became very pleased seeing this arrangement. Then Mahaprabhu said, can you get one little banana leaf? We'll take one morsel of anna and some little leafy vegetable. Then Advaita Acharya said, see all this prasadam here, that's meant for you. You should sit here. Looks like that's meant for 100 people, but Advaita Acharya is pushing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to sit there and then eat. Then Advaita Acharya was feeding Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu together. But Nityananda Prabhu said, I have been fasting since 3 days. I was hoping to fill my belly today at least. I got an invitation from some Brahmana here. But this cannot even fill half my belly. You have invited me and you are not feeding me properly. Then Advaita Acharya says, you are a Avadhut Brahman, Avadhut traveler. You eat so much. He gives some figure, I forgot. You give several kilos of rice every day. How can I feed? I am a poor Brahmana. But Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu says, whatever it is, if you have invited me, you should feed me to my satisfaction. Then Advaita Acharya says, you don't bargain so much, you just sit quietly and eat and don't throw prasadam here and there. Then that thought Nityananda Prabhu never had. So Nityananda Prabhu picked up some idea. He picked up some morsel of food and then threw it on the floor, and that one grain touched the body of Advaita Acharya and he went into ecstasy. He started dancing, as you are seeing in this picture. But Mahaprabhu, being a sannyasi, is very sober, right? Nityananda Prabhu becomes very playful. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very playful before sannyas, right? He did so many pastimes. He was very naughty. But after becoming sannyasi, he became very grave. Extremely. Once in a while, he had some kind of funny interactions with some people, but most of the time, he is very grave. But Nityananda Prabhu is very ecstatic. So after this, Advaita Acharya had sent a palanquin to bring Sachimata so that she could see her son after sannyas. Just recently, couple of days back, I think 3 days back, Mahaprabhu left Sachimata. We have seen that painting. It was so painful. What was that picture was there? No? Yeah. This happened 3 days back. But now Advaita Acharya wanted to give Sachimata an opportunity to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after his sannyas. In fact, Nityananda Prabhu diverted Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from going to Vrindavan and brought him to Shantipur for this purpose of pleasing Sachimata and all the devotees of Shantipur who are immersed in an ocean of separation. When Lord Ramachandra left Ayodhya, entire Ayodhya was in separation. And Dasharath Maharaj even left his body. When Krishna left this world, Pandavas were in intense separation. You know what Pandavas, especially Arjuna, was saying? Yasya kshana viyogena loko hyapriya darshanaha uktena rahito hyesha mritakaha prochyate yatha. Just a moment of separation from Krishna will render all universes void. We see this entire universe is like shunya, shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda varahenami. That is the experience of Arjuna. A moment of separation from Krishna will make me totally lost in this world. Now Krishna departed permanently. You know how Mother Bhumi was experiencing? Kavasa heta viraham purushottamasya premavaloka ruchirasmita valgu jalpaihi sthiryam samanamaharan madhumaninam romotsavo mama yadangri vitankitaya. Mother Earth was in intense feelings of separation from Krishna when Krishna departed from this world. When Krishna was there on this planet, who got his maximum association? Mother Earth. Vrajavasis got for a decade. Mathuravasis or Dwarkavasis, they got for almost a century. And intermittently, our Hastinapurvasis, Indraprasthavasis, they were also getting some association. But wherever Krishna is, except when Krishna jumps into the sky or climbs Kadamba tree to subdue some demons, Krishna is always there on the land, on the earth. Krishna's lotus feet were in touch with Mother Earth's body. And she was experiencing intense ecstasy. But after about 125 years, when Krishna departed, Mother Earth is saying, Kavasa heta viraham purushottamasya romotsavo mavayadangri vitankitaya. All my hairs were standing on end. All these plants and creepers and grasses were considered hairs on Mother Earth's body. And she was ecstatic when Krishna was there. But when Krishna was not there, she was devastated. She was sharing her feelings with Dharma. Similarly, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Navadvip area, Sachimata was in intense pain of separation. All the Shantipurvasis, Navadvipvasis, Kulinagramvasis, Murari Gupta, Shivananda Sen, Advaitacharya, all of them were in intense feelings of separation, and to give them an experience of reunion, they were too engrossed in Vipralambha. To give them an experience of Sambhoga, Nityananda Prabhu intervened. Although Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, Nityananda Prabhu intervened and brought him to Shantipur only to give some experience to all these devotees. Apparently Nityananda Prabhu seems to be intruding into Mahaprabhu's course of pastimes, but for a great reason. This is a very important turn in Mahaprabhu's life, post-sannyas. So he came to Shantipur and Sachimata came there. After Mahaprabhu had some loving exchanges with Advaitacharya and many other devotees, Sachimata was brought there. 67-year-old Sachimata was brought there on a palanquin. And Sachimata saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time. And she was overwhelmed with emotions, intense emotions. Her eyes were swelling with tears of love for her son. She is the epitome of Vatsalya Prema. She is non-different from Yashoda Mata. When Krishna was leaving Vrindavan, Nanda Maharaj, as the king of Vrindavan, was supposed to speak something and supposed to make some announcements to this village people that tomorrow we are obliged to send Krishna and Balaram also to Vrindavan because Kamsa ordered. He is a cruel king and if we don't follow his order, he may harm us. I am obliged to go. Dutifully he was making some announcements. Purnamasi came there. And she said, if Krishna goes to Mathura, accepting the invitation of Kamsa, that will be very auspicious because Krishna will be killing Kamsa. But Krishna's arrival back to Vrindavan could be delayed. She just gave that hint and she left. Everybody was anxious, but still they were kind of composed. But Yashoda Mata, she could not say no. She could not say yes. She was behind the curtains. She could not speak a single word. She was overwhelmed with intense emotions. She has been feeding Krishna. She has been dressing Krishna, decorating Krishna since his birth till that day. But the next day, she won't be able to feed breakfast to Krishna. If Krishna goes, she won't be able to feed lunch or dinner to Krishna. Actually, Krishna packed some prasadam arranged by Mother Yashoda, and even after Krishna went to Mathura, that night dinner also Krishna had the meal packed by Mother Yashoda only. That is milk and rice and sugar. So, but Yashoda Mata was thinking, if Krishna goes to Mathura, what will happen to me? How will he survive? That was her intensity of emotion. She could not speak a single word. She was behind the curtain. Then after Krishna went to Mathura, and after Krishna killed Kamsa, then Krishna did not return to Vrindavan. Krishna had sent his dear associate Uddhava. Then Uddhava came with a message from Krishna to Nanda Maharaj's home to pacify, to console Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata. At that time, Nanda Maharaj was speaking about Krishna's presence in Vrindavan, how they were missing Krishna. And Uddhava is trying to pacify and console. But Yashoda Mata could not speak a single word. She was overwhelmed with emotion. All she could do is weep, 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 and cry in separation from Krishna. When will my Krishna come back? She could not speak. After that, there is hardly any speech from her side. Similarly, Yashoda Mata in the form of Sachimata here. So she is also overwhelmed with separation when she saw her little Nimai with shaved head. She took Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 24-year-old sannyasi, into her lap, embraced him, started kissing his face repeatedly, and did Abhishek of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with her tears. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear mother, I am really sorry. Please forgive me. Somehow out of my intense madness for Krishna, I took sannyas. This body belongs to you. This heart belongs to you. Whatever devotional inspiration I have, whatever inclinations for spiritual life and Krishna Seva that I have, I learned from you only. But somehow out of some madness I have accepted sannyas. Now I will follow your instruction. Whatever you want me to do, I will do. Wherever you want me to stay, I will stay." Then Sachimata could not say anything, and she felt happy. But Advaitacharya requested Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "You stay here for some time." Mahaprabhu continued to stay. Every day Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would just sing and dance and lead all the devotees to dance, and he would do some Krishna Katha, and that's how Mahaprabhu would spend day after day in Krishna Katha and Krishna Kirtan. When Mahaprabhu is singing Kirtan, he was manifesting so many ecstatic symptoms. Nirveda, Vishada, Harsha, Chapalya, Garva, Dainya. Prabhura Sahita Yuddha, Kare Bhava Sainya. Kirtana Karite Prabhura Sarva Bhavodaya. Stambha Kampa Pulakashru Gadgada Pralay. Nirveda, Vishada, Harsha means sometimes Mahaprabhu would be disappointed, Nirveda. Vishada, he would be lamenting. Harsha, he would be laughing in great ecstasy. Chapalya, he would become very restless. Garva, he will become proud. Dainya, he will become humble. All these are manifestations of Mahaprabhu's ecstasy while chanting the holy names of the Lord. Prabhura Sahita Yuddha Kare Bhava Sainya. See, Harsha and Vishada, they are opposite emotions. Harsha means to be very joyful. Vishada means to be very disappointed, lamenting. So, but these bhavas are simultaneously manifesting in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they are doing yuddha, bhava sainya. This army of emotions in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are doing such great fight. Prabhura Sahita Yuddha Kare Bhava Sainya. Kirtana Karite Prabhura Sarva Bhavodaya. While chanting the holy names of the Lord, Mahaprabhu was having horripilation, stambha, kampa, pulaka, ashru, gadgada, pralay. Means he was getting stunned sometimes. He was having goosebumps sometimes. Ashru, he was having tears sometimes. Gadgada, his voice is faltering sometimes. In this way, Mahaprabhu is manifesting all kinds of emotional ecstasies, deep, intense emotional ecstasies while doing kirtan. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not even realizing when he is jumping up, where is he landing? How is he landing?
how high he's jumping up into the sky, he's not even realizing in that ecstasy. And when Mahaprabhu falls down, seeing that, Sachimata becomes very worried, anxious. Oh, Mahaprabhu is jumping up and down. When he jumps up and then lands on the ground, what will happen to his knees, or hands, or legs, or body, and other limbs? He's not even realizing it in that ecstasy. Then she became very, very concerned and offered a humble prayer. This is motherly love. She offered this prayer. Balya kala haite tomara ye kailu sevan. Taraye falamore deha narayan. Jagannath Mishra and Sachimata used to worship Narayana since their childhood. So they said, Sachimata is saying that, Balya kale haite tomara kailu sevan. My dear Lord Narayana, if I have done any service, if I have rendered any service to you since my childhood, please give me one benediction. I just want one boon from you. What is that? Ye kale nimai pade dharani upare vyatha yena nahi lage nimai sharire. This is the prayer of the epitome of Vatsalya Bhav, that is Sachimata. Yehi kale nimai pade dharani upare. When he jumps up in the kirtan, when he lands, dharani upare means when he lands on the ground, vyatha yena nahi lage. Let his body not get hurt. Nimai sharire. Let his body not get hurt when he falls down on the ground. Please protect his body. Let him not experience any pain. This is motherly affection. Even Sita Devi in Ramayana, she was praying to Agni Dev. Hanumanji's tail is being burnt by that evil Ravana. And she says, Oh Agni, please be cool on the tail of Hanuman. Cool fire. Hanuman was experiencing cool fire. It didn't burn him. Here, Mother Sachi is saying that in the exchange of all my spiritual credits from my childhood, I need only one benediction. Let Nimai's body not get hurt when he falls on the ground in ecstasy when he is chanting Harinam Sankirtan. Yehi mata Sachi Devi Vatsalya Vihvala Harsha Bhaya Dainya Bhave Hayila Vikala. Vatsalya Vihvala. She was overwhelmed with motherly affection. Harsha Bhaya Dainya Bhave Haila Vikala. You see, we have just seen Mahaprabhu's ecstasy, emotional ecstasies. Sweda, Ashru, Pulaka, Kampa, Tahate Bhushan. We have seen Mahaprabhu's intense ecstasy. He is perspiring. He is having goosebumps. He is becoming restless, Chanchala, in ecstasy. Similarly, seeing Mahaprabhu's ecstatic symptoms, Sachimata is experiencing her ecstasy. Mahaprabhu's ecstasies are ecstasies of chanting Harinam Sankirtan, and Sachimata's ecstatic symptoms are expressions of her Vatsalya Bhav. Her Vatsalya emotion, her motherly affection for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is making her manifest all these symptoms. Harsha, she is happy, seeing him happy. Bhaya, she is fearful, what will happen to him? As a sannyasi, how will he survive? Who will feed him? Dainya, she is becoming very humble. Oh, he is a sannyasi. I am not a qualified mother. I am not fortunate enough to feed him, to protect him, to serve him anymore. He became a sannyasi. She is becoming very humble. Maybe I am not fortunate enough to have my son with me forever. That is her Dainya. Harsha is very happy. Oh, devotees are loving him, caring for him, and following him. So seeing a son doing very well in bhakti, a devotee mother, an ideal mother, actually becomes very happy. But at the same time, that happiness is nicely intertwined with some humility and some kind of distress and lamentation that, oh, he is not with me anymore. I can't be with him like I used to be in his childhood. Bhaya, he is going somewhere. He is a sannyasi. He has gone to Jagannath Puri. Later he will go to Jagannath Puri. She only decides. But he is traveling everywhere. So what will happen to him? Will he be taken care of nicely? That is, there is some bhaya also. Maybe some mothers or fathers who join their kids in residential schools in a different city or some universities, there is some anxiety, right? How will my son survive? How will my daughter survive in such a foreign place? There may be, are they getting proper prasad? Are they getting some association, good friends? Maybe they will develop some bad habits. So many concerns parents have. And here is epitome of Vatsalya Bhav. Mother Sachi, she is concerned. And she is also experiencing so many ecstatic symptoms of this Vatsalya Rati. Harsha, Bhaya, Dainya Bhave, Haila Vikala. Vatsalya Vihvala, and all these bhavas are making her Vikala. This is Sachimata's affection. Completely selfless. Then, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued to stay for some time in in Shantipur. Every day there is Kirtan, Katha, Prasadam distribution. Although Advaitacharya is like a simple Brahmana, he had enough resources, enough funds to feed hundreds of devotees every day. Right? Many devotees are staying there only. Then all the devotees went to Sachimata. Sachimata had a request. She, with her folded hand, she said, I have one request. All of you are becoming very enthusiastic to cook for Nimai, cook for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have one request. Can you please allow me to cook for him every day, every meal? I will cook. There is so much of emotion in her request. All the devotees unanimously agreed, yes, we will give up our slot to Sachimata. My slot also to Sachimata. My slot also to Sachimata. All slots are given to Sachimata, and she started cooking for everyone, every day, especially Nimai. Right? And when he is eating the food that she has prepared, she thought, with so much of emotion, she thought 3 days back, this is the last ever preparation that I am going to make for Nimai. When she thought like that, after some time, Kolabachya Sridhar came with a pumpkin, and she could make one more item, pumpkin kheer for him. Then after that, she said, this is the last meal. But now, because of Nityananda Prabhu's intervention, because of Advaitacharya's hosting, she got to serve and to cook for Mahaprabhu for some 10 days like that. And she doesn't want to lose that opportunity. When we are very conscious and careful, we value every single opportunity we get in devotional service. Otherwise, we take it for granted. Whether it is offering bhoga to the deity, or associating with the deity, or taking darshan of a deity, or receiving some Maha cloth of a deity, Maha garland of a deity, we should be very grateful for it. We cannot take it for granted. When we take it for granted, we will lose it. As simple as that. Prataparudra Maharaj was longing for the darshan of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He did so much service, but Prataparudra Maharaj did not get an audience of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. Then Prataparudra Maharaj, because of Nityananda Prabhu's special recommendation, Prataparudra Maharaj got one Maha cloth, a cloth which is used by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He got that only. And seeing that cloth, non-different from Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prataparudra Maharaj was maintaining his life. At some point, he was about to give up his life. What is the use of being a king? What is the use of these ministers and soldiers and treasury and so much of opulence when I can't get the darshan of Mahaprabhu? If my position, my power as a king is an obstacle for my taking darshan of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then I will give up all that. So he was valuing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Maha cloth so much. And here is Sachimata, being the mother of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. She is relishing every moment. She is being conscious and absorbed in every moment when Nimai, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is right in front of her, and she is cooking every meal. And in every meal, every morsel that she cooks, every vegetable that she cuts, she is putting her intense motherly affection, motherly emotion, Vatsalya Prema, into that. So all the devotees were very happy to assist her and allow her to cook for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forever, as long as he stayed. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Sannyasira dharmana he sannyasa kariya, nija janma sthane rahe kutumbalaya. it is not the dharma of a sannyasi to stay with friends and family members at home even after accepting the renounced order of life. You become a little concerned. Yeah, 1 day okay, 2 days okay, 3 days okay, 1 week passed and 10 days passed. Now these devotees are not allowing me to go out. Then Mahaprabhu kind of expressed his concern. Then all these devotees went and informed Sachimata. These are the feelings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Last few days, we all got this opportunity to associate with him, cook for him, feed him, take his darshan. But this cannot go on forever. Then Sachimata said, Appanara dukkha sukha taha nahi ganiye, taraye sukha taha nija sukha mani. See the selflessness of a mother. Actually, the nature has created the system in such a way that a woman automatically becomes selfless as soon as she gives birth to a child. A man needs training, right? There is a brahmachari training program. Before, not in the brahmachari ashram only, but before a man gets married, the boys are sent to Gurukul and there is a lot of training given to them, primarily to make them selfless and detached, right? Not to become self-absorbed, isn't it? But as soon as a woman gives birth to a child, automatically she keeps aside all her personal needs and completely aligns with the needs of the child. And even if the child gets up in the middle of the night and cries for either milk or because of sickness or some other disturbance or difficulty, mother has to get up and attend to her, and then she doesn't feel that a burden. So automatically the nature has induced some kind of selfless spirit. Therefore, when it comes to Vatsalya Prema, mothers are given more prominence than even fathers. Yashoda Mata and Nanda Maharaj, both are exalted Vatsalya Bhaktas, but if you do an unbiased comparison, Yashoda Mata is like little one step ahead of Nanda Maharaj. Devaki Mata is one step ahead of Vasudeva. So she said, I don't consider whether something gives me happiness or not. I'm not bothered about it. Tarayai sukha taha nija sukha mani. Whatever gives happiness to my son, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai, I will follow that. So she said, if Nimai stays here with me in Shantipur, with all the family and family members and friends and relatives, I'll be happy. But if people criticize him, that oh, this person who has taken sannyas is living at home for a long time. Some short visits are fine, but how can he stay at home for a long time with so many family members and friends? It's not a problem. People will start commenting, and people become very, very active in commenting, especially on sannyasis, on those who are in the renounced order. So Sachimata said, if I have to hear that criticism, that will be very painful to me. If Nimai stays with me, I'll be happy. If people criticize me, I'll be unhappy. So let's make an arrangement. Let Nimai stay in Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri and Bengal. These two are like two rooms in the same home. People who are staying in Jagannath Puri will come to Bengal to take bath in Ganga. And people who stay in Bengal, they go to Jagannath Puri to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. Thus we keep hearing news. In those days, there is no video calls, Skype calls, Zoom calls, live transmission. So they have to depend on what they hear from other people who must have visited their beloved relatives. So Sachimata made this arrangement, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, whatever my mother says, I will do. So Sachimata decided Mahaprabhu's headquarters post sannyas. Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan. That was his heartfelt desire since long time. He was longing to go to Vrindavan for a long time. But because Sachimata said, let him stay in Jagannath Puri, he stayed in Jagannath Puri only. Therefore, he is called Matru Bhakta Shiromani. Even after sannyasa, even after accepting renounced order of life, he was obedient to his mother and following her instructions. And he was telling Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, because my mother told me to stay here, I cannot come to Vrindavan. Therefore, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, you go to Vrindavan, you erect holy places, you write books, you establish temples, you establish worship of Krishna there. and you preach Krishna consciousness in Vrindavan. You revive the culture of Vrindavan. Kalena Vrindavana Keli Varta. All Vrindavan related pastimes and pastime places are getting extinct. People are forgetting them now. You should go and revive all of that. Then he told Nityananda Prabhu, go and preach in Bengal area. Because I have to stay in Jagannath Puri only. Even if I go for yatra, I'll just go and immediately come back. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is following the instructions of Sachi Mata. Then Mahaprabhu is about to leave Shantipur after such an intense emotional exchanges with Sachi Mata, Advaitacharya and many of them, as we discussed in the last half an hour. Mahaprabhu finally was about to leave, and he gave his final message, placed his final request in front of all the devotees of Shantipur. Tumi saballokamora parama bandhava yei bhiksha mago more deha tumi saba घरे आय कर सदा कृष्ण संकीर्तन कृष्ण नाम कृष्ण कथा कृष्ण आराधन. This is Mahaprabhu's constant instruction. Tumi sava lokamora parama bandhava, you are my very, very dearest relatives, dearest friends. Ei bhiksha magon, I am just begging one thing from you. What is that? Be Krishna conscious. That's the only gift that we can give to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have nothing else to give him. What do we have? Do we have wealth? The wealth is not ours. We may think that I have donated this much amount to the temple, to the deities. What do we have? That is all Krishna's money only. We don't have anything. Prabhupada writes in the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, if somebody leaves the palace and enters the forest, you cannot call him a renunciant. Because palace doesn't belong to him, forest also doesn't belong to him. Where is renunciation here? Renunciation means to give up something which we have. We don't have anything. What do we have? False ego. Give it up. That is one facet of renunciation. What do we have? Our desires, our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts. Offer them to Krishna. Our independence, offer them to Krishna. We have minute independence. That's our only possession in one sense. We have some free will. That's our only possession in one sense. Krishna is supremely independent. And as his children, as his amshas, we also have some little independence. By utilizing that independence, if we choose to love Krishna, choose to serve Krishna, choose to dedicate whatever we have to Krishna, that's what will please Krishna. That's the only thing that we can offer. We can't offer anything. We have nothing. Our Janma, our Aishwarya, our Shruta, our Shri, everything is given by Krishna. Our talents, our skills, everything is given by Krishna. Krishna can take away all of them at any moment. Prabhupada writes in the 1st canto, 15th chapter, 5th purport, brilliant purport. You can memorize it. 1.15.5. I may not be able to cover the whole thing now, but one important point there is, if a crow borrows some peacock feathers and tucks in its tail and says, I'm looking so beautiful, and starts dancing like this, the crow will only make fun of itself. Similarly, if a conditioned soul with the talents and skills and resources bestowed upon him by Krishna becomes proud of one's accomplishments, he's just a joker. Right? Vinoda Patram. Right? If I think I can offer something to Krishna, I can help Krishna, I can serve Krishna. Temple was very poor. I am maintaining this temple. I am donating this much every day, every month. If one thinks like that, one is not in the right consciousness, to keep in simple terms. So whatever we have belongs to Krishna. So Krishna is asking us only one thing. What is that? Krishna Sankirtan, Krishna Nama, Krishna Katha, Krishna Aradhan. It's like Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. Right? You always think of me, chant my holy names, discuss about me, Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayantaha Parasparam. So this is what Mahaprabhu requested all these devotees, and now Mahaprabhu prepared to leave. Then Advaitacharya came to see him off. Many other devotees, Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda, were supposed to accompany Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all the way to Jagannath Puri. And Advaitacharya also came to see him off, and few other devotees were there. Advaitacharya was in intense emotional ecstasy. He was in tears of separation from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although he is the leader of community, he broke into tears. He is unable to send Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu said, "No, you should not cry like this. My dear Advaita, you are supposed to console and pacify all the other devotees who are crying, because you are the leader of the community. If you yourself cry tears, what will happen to them? Who will pacify them? Who will console them? Please, please, don't get overwhelmed." Saying this, Mahaprabhu started moving. Advaitacharya is continuing to weep. Nirapeksha haya Prabhu shighra chalila. Kandite kandite acharya paschata chalila. Nirapeksha means indifference. Kaviraj Goswami writes this, and Prabhupada translates it as indifference. Nirapeksha haya Prabhu shighra chalila. Seeing Advaitacharya overwhelmed in tears, with tears, Mahaprabhu shighra chalila, he is walking faster, indifferently. How can Mahavadanyaya become so nirapeksha? How can the most magnanimous personality be so indifferent and insensitive to the emotions of his dearest devotee Advaitacharya? For us, just for us, to uplift the conditioned souls, to give us Krishna Nam and Krishna Prem, Mahaprabhu is tolerating the pain of being separated from his devotees and tolerating their pain of separation from him. They are very emotional for Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu has to hide these emotions. Actually, he is also very emotional for them. He doesn't want to leave them. You see, just like when Krishna left Vrindavan, Sukadeva Goswami describes the emotions of gopis so much, so deeply, because he is biased towards the gopis. We are also biased towards the gopis only. Krishna should not have left Vrindavan. But some acharyas also write that even Krishna was feeling intense separation from the gopis when he was traveling in the city of Mathura. He was looking all these women there, trying to search for faces that resemble the gopis of Vrindavan. Oh, does she look like that gopi? Does she look like that gopi? So he is trying to search, because he is missing the gopis. He is also in separation. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur even says that Krishna secretly wept in separation from the gopis. Then Uddhava visited Vrindavan and came back. Lord Krishna sat with Uddhava for several months, and whole day he is hearing all this Vrindavan Katha. So even Krishna is missing gopis. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also missing, in the heart of his hearts, he was missing Sachimata. He was missing Advaitacharya. He was missing all these people. And later it will be revealed that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requests all these Shantipur Vasis and Navadvip Vasis and Kulinagram Vasis, you please come to Jagannath Puri. Stay with me for 4 months during the monsoon season. Let's participate in Rath Yatra. Let's celebrate Janmashtami, Radhashtami, all these festivals together. Dwala Yatra, Dasara, all this will stay together. So 4 months of union, 8 months of separation. So in separation, how can we be connected to the Lord? Krishna Nama, Krishna Kirtana, Krishna Sevana, Krishna Aradhan, Krishna Katha. That's how we are in union with the Lord. And while with the Lord, what will the devotees do? Same thing. They continue to Krishna Nam, Krishna Aradhan in the company of the Lord. So there is separation, there is union, but what brings both of them together, what makes both of these facets of Krishna Prema enlivening is absorption in Krishna Katha and Krishna Kirtan and Krishna Nam. So Mahaprabhu is indifferent, just so that he has to maintain his sannyasa standards and set an example for the future renunciants, and especially distribute the holy name. If Mahaprabhu continues to stay with them, people will start criticizing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, this sannyasi is staying in family, at home. Then they will not take him seriously. So Mahaprabhu has to maintain his sannyas dignity so much, because that sannyas dignity is very important for him to preach Krishna consciousness to the conditioned souls. These people are already Krishna conscious. And even in separation, their Krishna consciousness is only getting enhanced, not diminished. So Mahaprabhu has feelings for them, but he's not worried about them, spiritually speaking. But he's worried about the conditioned souls. So Mahaprabhu, Nirapeksha, is showing some indifference. Then Etabali Prabhu tare kariya lingan Nivritti karila kaila swachandagaman. So seeing this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Advaitacharya, and all the Advaitacharya was fainting in tears. Mahaprabhu swachandagaman, as an independent Lord, he is just moving very fast towards Jagannath Puri, accompanied by 4 of his associates, Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara and Mukunda. So all these 5 of them are going towards Jagannath Puri. Advaitacharya fainted there and other people had to come and rescue him. Why Jagannath Puri? Apparently it's the decision of Sachimata, and her logic is physical proximity. Because Jagannath Puri is very close to Bengal, if Mahaprabhu stays there, I will keep hearing about his news. But deep within, on a very, very high spiritual plane, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made Jagannath Puri his headquarters primarily to experience Radha Bhav. What is the speciality of Jagannath Puri? Why Radha Bhav has to be experienced in Puri only? Because in Jagannath Puri, Lord Krishna manifested himself in the form of Jagannath Ji. And who is Jagannath Ji? Krishna in separation from Radharani is Jagannath Ji. And who is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Radharani in separation from Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna, absorbed in feelings of separation from Radharani, manifested the form of Jagannath Ji. And Radharani, experiencing intense separation from Krishna, became Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And here, these 2 personalities, non-different from each other. Jagannath is a form of Krishna and Mahaprabhu is a form of Krishna. But Mahaprabhu is not in the mood of Krishna. Although he is another form of Krishna, he is in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Now Jagannath Ji, means Krishna in the form of Jagannath Ji, gets to see how much Radharani misses him. And here Mahaprabhu, means Radharani in the form of Mahaprabhu, gets to see how much Krishna misses her. And that's what is happening every day in Jagannath Puri temple when Mahaprabhu stands next to Garuda Stambha. And that's what happened very intensely when Mahaprabhu was dancing in ecstasy in Jagannath Ratha Yatra. At that time, Kaviraj Goswami doesn't even address Mahaprabhu as Mahaprabhu. He calls him Radharani directly. Whatever verses that Mahaprabhu speaks in Jagannath Rath-Yatra, 13th chapter, Kaviraj Goswami says Radharani spoke. And whatever verses that Jagannath Ji is supposed to speak, Kaviraj Goswami says Krishna spoke. That's an exchange between Krishna and Radharani. When somebody is missing us, we can't see how much they are missing us. Because they're far away. When you are missing somebody, they can't see how much we are missing them because they are far away. But here in Jagannath Puri, Krishna gets to see how much Radharani is missing him, and Radharani gets to see how much Krishna is missing her. So that's how Jagannath Puri Dham becomes a Viraha Kshetra. Just like Vrindavan Dham is Madhurya Dham, then Navadvip is Audarya Dham, and Dwaraka is Aishwarya Dham. But here we have Jagannath Puri, which is a kshetra of viraha, feelings of separation, intense separation. Mahaprabhu, after he settled in Jagannath Puri, first 6 years he went on some yatras, 2 years South India Yatra and maybe 1 year Vrindavan Yatra. Not 1 year, some few days Vrindavan Yatra. But the remaining 18 years, especially last 12 years of this 18 years, Mahaprabhu is primarily absorbed in the mood of Srimati Radharani. 2 scenes were there in Mahaprabhu's mind. One, when Krishna was being taken away by Akura from Vrindavan to Mathura. Second, when Radharani saw Krishna at Kurukshetra. So these 2 scenes were imprinted in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mind, and is constantly absorbed in those thoughts, emotions of Radharani in these 2 incidents that happened in Krishna Leela. Therefore, Mahaprabhu's making Jagannath Puri as his headquarters is not an ordinary decision. The decision manifested through Sachimata, but it has a very deep spiritual meaning, especially connected to the internal purpose of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was moving towards Jagannath Puri. I will summarize the storyline from here in 2 minutes. Then I will give a prelude to South India Yatra within whatever time left. We'll do that. Then tomorrow we'll continue. So, Mahaprabhu settled in Jagannath Puri. He received so much of love and affection from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, at one point, he was a Mayavadi. He even wanted to re-initiate Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu into proper sampradaya, higher sampradaya. But he never knew that he is going to get into Mahaprabhu sampradaya. So after the transformation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, after the uddhar of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, one day Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu planned to visit South India. Now some more emotions are coming here. These emotional expressions are very joyful. Let's see. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proposed in front of all his beloved associates in Jagannath Puri. Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, all of these people. He said, I am planning to go to South India for a tour. I need your permission. This is the agenda. Let's see what Mahaprabhu says. Toma sabha janiyami pranadhika karim prana chadayaya toma sabha chadite na pari. Mahaprabhu is telling Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda, my dear devotees, I can give up my life very effortlessly, but I cannot give up all of you. Pranadhikakari, you are more dear to me than my own life. I cannot give up my affection to all of you. Tumi sabha bandhu mora bandhu kritya kaile ihani more Jagannatha dekhaile. Why these people are so dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Why Mahaprabhu is considering them more dear to him than his own life? Pranadhikakari. Why is it that? He clarifies in the next shloka. He says, Toma sabha bandhu mora, you are all my dear friends, bandhu kritya kaila. You have done friendly activities. What a friend is supposed to do, you have done. What friend is supposed to do? Bring us closer to Krishna. Krishna is our supreme friend. Suhurdam sarva bhutanam gnatva mam shanti vrichyati. Yesterday, His Grace Amarendra Prabhu was sharing with us. Krishna takes everybody's side, right? Krishna is on the side of the gopas and the cows because he tried to protect them from the poison of Kaliya. That does not mean Krishna is not on the side of Kaliya. Krishna is on the side of Kaliya also because he protected Kaliya from his own envy, his own poison, his own envious mentality. Even when Krishna kills demons, Krishna is very friendly towards them. Krishna is only trying to uplift their consciousness. When Krishna lifted Govardhan mountain, you may think that Krishna protected Vrajavasis. Yes, Krishna protected Vrajavasis from Indra's reign, but Krishna also protected Indra from his own pride. Indra was sitting on the mountain of pride and Krishna just pulled him down. Oh, no, sit here. Be grounded. Be humble. Be humbler than a blade of grass. You are sitting on mountain of pride? No. I will destroy that mountain. So Krishna is everybody's well-wisher, everybody's friend, Suhrit. And who is a real friend in this world? Whoever brings us closer to our ultimate friend Krishna is our real friend. So whoever assists us in bhakti, whoever slightly helps us or inspires us to take Krishna consciousness more seriously, they are our dear friends. Primarily we should be grateful to them. Gratitude can be expressed on multiple planes. I am thirsty, when somebody gives me water, I am grateful to them. That is like a bodily need is addressed, therefore you are grateful. Say I am feeling very disappointed or discouraged because of some difficulty that I am experiencing. Somebody pacified me, emotionally gave me some support, then I am grateful to them. That's on an emotional plane, mental plane. This is on a physical plane, that's an emotional plane. But if somebody brings me close to Krishna, not just satisfying my body or mind, but when somebody brings me close to Krishna, he is a very dear friend. I need to be grateful to them, and that's on a spiritual plane. That gratitude is on a spiritual plane. Gratitude can be experienced and expressed on multiple planes: physical plane, mental plane, intellectual plane. I'm getting stuck sometimes in solving a problem. Somebody gives me an idea. So because of sharing their ideas with their intelligence, I become grateful to them. That's an intellectual plane. But the highest level of gratitude is expressed on a spiritual plane. So Mahaprabhu says, Ihani mora Jagannathe dekhaile. You brought me to Jagannath Puri, Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda. You accompanied me all the way from Shantipur to Jagannath Puri. Thank you so much. You showed me Jagannath ji. Actually speaking, Mahaprabhu left them and then came alone to Jagannath Puri after Nityananda Prabhu broke that danda. But still they were accompanying, right? So Mahaprabhu is very grateful to them. You brought me closer to Krishna. Then he says, Ebe saba sthane mui mago ekadane sabe meli agna deha yaibe dakshine setu bandha haite aminasi avad नीला चले तुम्ही सबा रही बेतावत. I wish to go to Dakshina, means the South India, for a tour. And Agna Deha. Dehi means he's begging. Give me this charity of Agna, instruction or permission. I beg your permission to go for a yatra to the South India. I will go up to Setubandha and come back. Okay, what about us? Neelachale tumi sabar rahite tavat. Till then, till I come back, you stay in Neelachal only. You cannot accompany me in the South India yatra. I am going for yatra alone. So, what is the reason? He wanted to search for his brother Vishwarupa. After my brother Vishwarupa took sannyas, he never became visible to us. So, I want to search for him. I heard that he is somewhere in South India. I want to go and search for him. Actually, by the time Vishwarupa has already passed away, he is not on this planet. But Mahaprabhu wanted to cheat his associates by giving this reason so that he can deliver people of South India. For us, again, just to deliver the conditioned souls, not only South Indians in general, but specifically here South Indians. This morning we saw majority were South Indians, right? So to deliver the people of South India, Mahaprabhu is cheating his own devotees. Vishwarupa siddhi prapti jane na sakala Dakshina deshe uddharite karina ye chala. Chala. Dyutam chalayata asmi. Krishna is the cheater of all the... Krishna is the greatest of all cheaters. So here Mahaprabhu is also cheating his own associates after becoming a sannyasi. Vishwarupa siddhi prapti. Vishwarupa has already attained siddhi prapti. Everybody knows. But still Mahaprabhu says, I am going out to search for my brother Vishwarupa. Please give me your permission. He's hiding that secret. Suniya sabara mane haila mahadukha. Nishabda haila sabara sukhaila mukha. Sukhaila mukha. Not sukha. Sukha. Not happiness. Sugaya. Their faces become very dry, pale. Their faces become very pale. Mahadukha, they experienced great distress. You are going for South India Yatra, we cannot accompany you. Oh my God, such a great disappointment. We cannot. Again, another phase of separation from you. When you go to South India Yatra, when will you come back? God knows. Maybe you only know. You are God. So, and we have to experience so much of separation from you till then. Already Mahaprabhu keeps giving his devotees shocks after shocks. Actually, spiritual life is filled with so many shocks. We'll be able to absorb those shocks and stand tall like Kadamba tree, as Prabhu has described this morning. Right? So, we should become thick-skinned. We should be soft-hearted. We should not be hard-hearted. All the difficulties and negativities happening around us, even while practicing spiritual life, should not make us hard-hearted, but should make us thick-skinned. Right? Thick-skinned means not getting discouraged or disappointed or deviated from the path, but somehow managing to endure them, tolerate them, maintain a sense of equanimity, so that we survive in bhakti. If we become too overwhelmed by material happiness and distress, we are not ready for spiritual life. Simple. Happiness and distress can be experienced on the spiritual plane also. But we should transcend happiness and distress on a material plane. That's what Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita. Yam hinavyatha yantyete purusham purusharshabha sama dukkha sukham dhiram somrutatvaya kalpate. Sama dukkha sukham dhiram. A dhira is a person who sees happiness and distress on a material plane equally. This is happiness and this is distress, totally opposite to each other. But ultimately they are equal because they are temporary. They are material and they have no relevance to the spirit soul. On that plane they are equal. So we should be able to see the dualities in this material world equally, with equanimity. Develop that mature vision, equal vision, not getting overwhelmed. You can get overwhelmed with some emotional love for the Supreme Lord, for the holy name, for some character in Srimad Bhagavatam. That's fine. That's spiritual plane. But on a material plane, sometimes we could get overwhelmed with emotions, happiness and distress. We become so elated when we become successful. We become so discouraged, demotivated, disappointed, depressed, and become dysfunctional when there is distress in this world. But samadukha sukham dhiram. Maintain equanimity, samatva in all dualities of life. Dualities come on three planes. Sukha, dukkha, on the Sitoshna sukha dukkheshu tatha manapa manayo. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Sita and Ushna means cold and heat. They are experienced on the physical plane. And Sukha and Dukkha on the mental plane, emotional plane. Man, Apman, honor and dishonor on the egoistic plane. At all planes we need to maintain that equanimity. Anyways, that is for the sadhakas, but these people are very exalted devotees. So Suniya Sabara Mane Haila Mahadukha. They became so distressed. Nityananda Prabhu kahe, aicha kaicha hai. Eka bhi aibe tumi kei hasai. Aicha kaicha hai, aisa kaisa hoga? How will that happen? How can you go alone to South India Yatra? I will come with you. You should take somebody with you. Ekaki means alone you cannot go for a yatra. You should have somebody with you. And who is that somebody? Me. Right? That somebody is me only. You said you will take me to Vrindavan, you took me to Shantipur. Now I want to go to South India. Where will you take me? God knows. So he says, Dakshinera Tirthapata Amisa Bhajani. Ami Sange Yai Prabhu Agna Deha Tumi. This is how you should pursue. If you want to go for yatra, if some authority or some senior is not sanctioning, you should pursue like this. Dakshinera Tirthapata Ami Sabajani means I have a service there. What is the service? To guide you in all the Tirthapada, in all the holy places of pilgrimage. I am completely aware of all the important places of pilgrimage in Dakshina Bharata Desha, so I can accompany you. I can effectively guide you. My dear Lord, please take me with you. Agna Deha to me. You wanted my Agna, my permission. I want your permission to accompany you. I'll give you permission to go for yatra if you take me. So Mahaprabhu gave a profound reply to Nityananda Prabhu. Apparently fault finding, but actually glorifying. He says, Prabhu kahe ami nartaka tumi sutradhar. Tumi yaiche nachao taiche nartana amar. Ami nartaka, I am just a dancer. Tumi sutradhar. In those days there were puppet shows, right? So somebody will just hold some strings and the strings are tied to some dolls. The way they move the strings, the dolls will dance or do different activities. So I am Nartaka, you are Sutradhar, you are the director, I am an actor. Tumi yaiche nachao, the way you make me dance, taiche nartanamar, I am dancing like that. Mahaprabhu did not stop there. He gave some examples. He quoted some incidents. Sannyasa karila ami cheliya Vrindavan. Tumiya milaya aile Advaita Bhavan. After sannyas, I wanted to go to Vrindavan. You took me to Shantipur, to Advaitacharya's home. नीलाचले आस्ते पथे भांगिला मोर दंडा तोमा सबर गाढ़ स्नेहा हमारा कार्य भंगा. Neelachale aiste pathe bhangila mora danda. On the way to Neelachal from Shantipur, you have broken my danda into pieces. And when I asked you, what happened to my danda, you spoke a lie. You said that I got into ecstasy in Kirtan, I fell on my rod and I broke my rod. I broke it, the danda into pieces. And you were not even ready to give me pieces also. You said that the pieces are lost somewhere. You only broke it, I know that. Toma sabar gadha snehe amara karya bhanga. He is acknowledging your gadha sneha, your intense affection is creating a hindrance in my sannyasa policies and protocols and rules that I need to follow. So I can't entertain you. Very dangerous to take you with me. Amala karya bhanga. What about Jagadananda? He is also like that. Of a different flavor, but he will also do karya bhanga. How? Jagadananda chahe yama vishaya bhunjaite yehi kahe sei bhahe bahye chahiye karite. Vishaya bhunjaite. Jagadananda always wants me to experience some pleasures. Basically, he wants to give me comforts. He gives me sense objects. Actually, not quote unquote big sense objects, but he wants him to be comfortable. Eat properly, sleep properly, take a bed. Jagadananda Pandit, my God, with his nails, he would take some banana leaves and with his nails he will make them into shreds and then he stuffs them into some cloth and makes a nice cushioned bed for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So much of love. Because Mahaprabhu has become so emaciated, he is not eating properly. Especially towards the end of his pastimes, Mahaprabhu became extremely thin and emaciated. His bones were visible, and when he sleeps on this hard floor, his bones are getting hurt. Unable to see that, Jagadananda Pandit has prepared a bed, and another time Jagadananda Pandit got some sandalwood oil. Another time Jagadananda Pandit offers Mahaprabhu some special fantastic feasts. But Mahaprabhu says he wants me to experience sense pleasures. I can't take it. So, kabhu yadi ihara vakya karite anyatha krodhe tina dina more nahe kare katha. Jagadananda Pandit expects unconditional obedience from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whatever I say, he has to submit to me, like Satyabhama Devi. There is so much of expectation of obedience. If Mahaprabhu says, I cannot eat this item, Jagadananda Pandit goes into Manlila. Tina dhyana nahe kahe katha. 3 days he will not even speak to me. Now you see, Jagadananda Pandit or even Damodar Pandit, sometimes they act like Satyabhama, very demanding, right? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Lord Chaitanya Lord Krishna's exchanges with gopis in Vrindavan or in Rasalila, they are on a very high plane, and similar loving exchanges can be seen in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's exchanges with some of his devotees also. The Rasalila is equal to Harinam Sankirtan. And the loving exchanges happening between Krishna and all the gopis there or Vrajavasis there, they are similar to Mahaprabhu's loving exchange with other devotees also. Right? There is no difference in terms of spiritual love. They are not mundane. Although apparently Krishna and his associates were in different genders at that time, and here same genders, love is same. Right? Ultimately, Krishna is the only male in the entire creation. Everyone is female only. Jiva. Krishna says in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 7.5. Bhumirapo nalavayu khammano buddhirevacha. After that, apareyam itastvanyam prakritim vidhime param. Jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. Every jiva is prakriti, not purusha. Technically speaking. Constitutionally, every jiva is prakriti. But conditionally, every jiva is purusha. Because the mentality to enjoy control is there in a female-bodied individual also, male-bodied individual also, or a human being also, animal also. Because of the controlling mentality of the conditioned soul, sometimes the conditioned souls are described to be Purusha in the Shastra. But technically they are Prakriti, not Purusha. Constitutionally they are feminine, conditionally they are masculine. But ultimately speaking, the Jiva is a servant of the Lord. More than being a male or a female, the Jiva is ultimately a servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarpahai Krishnera Nityadas, and some servants are in male bodies, some servants are in female bodies. Right? So on the spiritual plane, all these devotees, whether they are in male bodies or female bodies, they are absorbed in service of the Lord. And here is Jagadananda Pandit. He is very demanding in his service to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then what about Mukunda? Mukunda hayena dukkha, dukhi dekhi sannyasa dharma. Tina bare site snana bhumite shayana. Antare dukhi mukunda nahi kare mukhe. Ihara dukkha dekhi mora dviguna haya dukhe. Mukunda is not demanding, but is emotional. Mukunda hayana dukhi dekhi sannyasa dharma. See, he is seeing me following the principles of renounced order. Mukunda becomes very distressful. Tina bara shite snana. 3 times I take cold water bath. Bhumite shayana. I sleep on the floor. Seeing my austerities as a sannyasi, Mukunda experiences intense amount of pain, dukkha in his mind, but he doesn't express it. Nahi. See, antare dukkha Mukunda. Internally he becomes very pained at heart, but nahi kahe mukha. Externally he expresses it. He doesn't express it. There's an emotion, but there's no expression. Some devotees are very mild in expression. Some devotees are very expressive. Some are extroverts, some are introverts. Some speak about their needs, some don't speak about their needs. So like the different devotees have different natures, but ultimately, more than these external natures or personality traits, the internal love and deep devotion they have matters the most. Different devotees inspire us in different ways. Jagadananda is very expressive, very vocal, but Mukunda is very mild, right? Antare dukkha Mukunda nahi kahe mukha. But Mahaprabhu can easily detect. Sometimes even when devotees don't express their needs, people who are very personal can understand. But some people, even if the needs are expressed, they don't even acknowledge. So we need to be personal, not impersonal. So even if devotees don't express their needs, we need to understand their needs and try to serve them. Mahaprabhu understood the emotions of Mukunda and said, he is feeling very distressed. If I take with him, seeing his distress, I will become distressful. I can't preach. So I cannot take Mukunda also, please. Then, Damodara, what about him? Amita Sannyasi Damodara Brahmachari. Sada rahe amara upara siksha danda dhari. Ihara age ami na jani vyavahar. Ihare na bhaya swatantra charitra amar. Amita Sannyasi, I am a sannyasi. He is a brahmachari. Sannyasi ashram is topmost. Brahmachari is the legs. They are the junior most. But he tries to correct me. He takes a siksha danda. He takes a rod of punishment. He is ready to chastise me. He is ready to correct me. He is ready to give me feedbacks. Very heavy feedback sometimes. And if he keeps correcting me in public also, when I am doing yatra, what will happen to me? So, sada rahe amara upar siksha danda dhari. So, Mahaprabhu, once Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, he told Damodar Brahmachari, you go to my mother's place and stay with her and continue to serve her. Mahaprabhu was caring for Mother Sachi and said, and told Damodar Brahmachari, please go and serve her. So he went and served and then came back after a while. Mahaprabhu asked, so, how is my mother? how is her devotional service going on? Then Damodar Brahmachari said, you are inquiring about the devotional service of your mother? Whatever bhakti you have in your heart is just a charity given by Mother Sachi, and you are asking about her bhakti? Then Mahaprabhu became little scared, and he said, yeah, I'm right, sorry, I should not be inquiring about the devotional service of my superiors. And Mahaprabhu said, Damodar, you have purchased me with this statement. Apparently, Damodar is being very audacious and bold in correcting and giving a feedback and being little heavy with Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu understood his heart. He loves me and he loves my mother also. And he has a pure heart in chastising me. So Mahaprabhu is very happy with Damodar Brahmachari. Although he doesn't endorse that boldness for every Brahmachari. Every Brahmachari should not be like Damodar Brahmachari, but Damodar Brahmachari is special. So anyways, he says, Ihar aage ami na jani vyavahar. He thinks that according to his understanding, I don't know vyavahar, I don't know achar, I don't know etiquettes. He is teaching me etiquettes. Vaishnava Sadachar. On one hand, Jagadananda Pandit says, I am following too much of Sadachar. He wants me to experience some pleasure. But Damodar Pandit says, I am crossing this vyavahar and Sadachar. He is teaching me Sadachar. He is giving me character classes. And he is giving me some enjoyment classes. So, Iharena Bahya Swatantra Charitra Amar. I cannot be independent in front of him. He is too independent. I have to surrender to his independence in correcting me. So, Mahaprabhu finally made his comments. Lokapeksha nahi harekrishna kripa haite. Ami lokapeksha kabhu napari chayute. Iha sabara vasha prabhu haye gune. Dosharopa chale kare guna aswadane. Dosharopa chale kare guna aswadane. Lokapeksha nahi means they are not at all concerned about the public opinion. What public will think, how the social circuits will perceive me, they have absolutely no concern about it. Devotees are transcendental. Like Mahaprabhu is very, very concerned about his public image. How people should think about him. If I put some oil, sandalwood oil, and then go in public, what will people think about me? So he is very concerned about it. But devotees of Mahaprabhu, they are totally oblivious to public opinion. Like Srivas Thakur, he is in Srivas Angan. An envious person named Gopal Chapal came and kept some Kali worship paraphernalia in front of his home. And when Srivas Thakur opened his door in the morning, he found this Kali worship paraphernalia. Basically, this Gopal Chapal, out of his envy, he wanted to defame and pollute the good reputation of Srivas Thakur. So therefore he did like this. And what did Srivas Thakur say? He called all the neighbors. See, this is what I am doing whole night. He is doing Harinam Sankirtan, but he says, this is what I am doing whole night. This is Kali Puja, which is considered a little low in that Vaishnava circles. So they are not at all attached to public opinion. And in their expression of love also, they are completely oblivious to public opinion, public perception. But Mahaprabhu says, no, I cannot be oblivious to public opinion. Ami lokapeksha kabhu napare chavote. Iha sabara vasha prabhu haye yeye gune. Mahaprabhu, in the pretext of doing some dosharopa, finding faults in their behavior with himself, Mahaprabhu is doing guna aswadana. He is relishing their good qualities. How much they love me, how much they care for me. He is acknowledging their love in the name of finding some faults in them. So, Chaitanyara bhakta vatsalya akathya kathan. Apane vairagya dukha karena sahan. Chaitanyara bhakta vatsalya. Mahaprabhu's vatsalya or affection towards his devotees is akathya kathan. You cannot completely conceive of it and narrate it effectively. Apane vairagya dukha karena sahan. Important. He is tolerating the pain of his vairagya, his renunciation. Means Mahaprabhu is experiencing some pain and discomfort by following the principles of sannyas life or what? What does it mean? No, apane vairagya dukkha karene sahan actually means when he follows the principles of sannyas life, his devotees are not comfortable seeing Mahaprabhu's austerities, seeing them feeling distressed. Mahaprabhu feels distressed. That's how apane vairagya dukkha karene sahan. He is concerned about the feelings, the emotions of his associates. They are concerned about his austerities. So that is Mahaprabhu's Vatsalya, Bhakta Vatsalya. See dukha dekhiye bhakta dukha pai. Sei dukha tara shakti sahananayai. Gune doshadgara chale sabani shedhiya. Ekaki brahmi bina tirtha vairagya kariya. So Mahaprabhu in the he proposed that I will go alone because I cannot take all of you people who have different kinds of loving emotions for me. That will disturb my preaching service. In private, affection takes precedence. In public, etiquette takes precedence. So in public, we have to be very respectful. Not that in private we have to be disrespectful. That's not the message there. But when you are alone, you can be little more intimate and little free in your expressions. You can crack some jokes also in your relation with your friend. But in public, we have to be little more respectful, right? But intimacy does not mean disrespect. If you think intimacy is disrespect, that is not disrespect. That is not intimacy. That is offense, right? So even in intimacy, even in private, also we should not cross the boundary of respecting other Vaishnava. Even there could be some kind of loving exchanges, but that should be within the mode of goodness, not very passionately like the college students pull each other's legs, right? It should not be like that. So then Mahaprabhu had to convince one more personality. I am not entering South India Yatra only. Mahaprabhu is having one little conversation with his devotees to take permission for South India Yatra. I don't think we will be able to start Yatra today. Yeah. No, tomorrow morning, right? Actually, this morning after hearing Prabhu's Kaliya Leela, I was about to request him to take the 10:30 session. I even asked for the mic also, but somehow Adityanand Prabhu came and he announced, and I said, okay, fine, let me surrender to the will of Vaishnavas. Anyways, come back to this. Shire Vajrapade Yadi Putra Mariyai Taha Sahi Tomara Vicheda Sahananayai. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed his intention to go for his South India Yatra in front of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you know what he said? Shire Vajrapadi. Even if thunderbolt falls on my head and Putra Mariyai, even if my son dies, I can tolerate that pain. But Taha Sahi Tomara Vicheda Sahananayai. I won't be able to tolerate separation from you, my dear Lord. It's very difficult for me to tolerate separation from you. But you are an independent Lord. If you have decided to go for Yatra, who am I to stop? Let me surrender to your will. Mahaprabhu, although so many people are kind of trying to stop him, but he is very firm in his decision. Sometimes we need to be like that. Vajradapi kathoranim mrudu nikusumadapi Lokottaranam chetamsim kono vijnatum ishvaraham. Vajradapi kathorani. Sometimes great souls are harder than thunderbolt, and mruduni kusumadapi. Sometimes they are softer than a flower. That is Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu began South India Yatra, and Nityananda Prabhu said, please take one more person with you. We will not come because we have some intimacy. We will send somebody who is not as intimate to you like all of us. He is Krishna Das. With Krishna Das, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started for South India Yatra. Then Mahaprabhu first came to Alarnath, and he started performing Harinam Sankirtan with great ecstasy. At that time, Mahaprabhu's golden form, his golden effulgence, and his ecstatic symptoms, and his loud chanting of the holy names of the Lord are influencing everyone there, inspiring everyone there to chant and become absorbed and immersed in chanting the holy names of the Lord. Kanchana sadrisha deha aruna vasan Pulakashru kampasveda tahate bhushan. Kanchana sadrisha deha. His body is like molten gold. Arunavasan, and he has saffron cloth. Pulaka, Ashru, Kampa, Sweda. Pulaka means goosebumps, hair standing on end. Ashru means tears. Sweda means perspiration. And Tahate Bhushan. Kampa means trembling. So these are the real ornaments of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body. He is not wearing Barhapidam. Barhapidam Natavaravapuhu Karnayor Karnikaram. That attire of Krishna is not there in Mahaprabhu, but still Mahaprabhu is very beautiful with the covering of Radha and his complexion on himself. So in different forms the Lord attracts and enchants the hearts of everyone. He is chanting with his ecstasy, and with his form he is attracting everyone. And seeing how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's form and activities are inspiring everyone to chant the holy names of the Lord, Nityananda Prabhu made a profound prediction. He said, Dekhi Nityananda Prabhu kahe bhakta gane Yehi rupe nritya age habe grame grame. Nityananda Prabhu predicted, the way people are chanting here, this chanting will happen all over the globe, grame grame, in all villages, in all cities. In future, people will be chanting the holy names of the Lord, dancing in ecstasy. This is Nityananda Prabhu's prediction, and Srila Prabhupada writes a brilliant purport. Nityananda Prabhu's prediction that day at Alarnath, seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing, has become true now. And it is Srila Prabhupada who made it true. Not only grame grame, deshe deshe. We are sitting in America and discussing these pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who did it, what he did in Alalnath. This is Prabhupada's grace. How much Krishna Shakti he had. When Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, he was thinking, people in the Western countries, they don't know Krishna. They don't know Vrindavan. They don't know what it means to live without sense gratification. I must give them Krishna. I must give them holy name. I must give them Vrindavan. And at the age of 70, he crossed the oceans and came here to make this prediction of Nityananda Prabhu true. He is Adi Guru. Now, Mahaprabhu, throughout his South India Yatra, this is the format. We are concluding now in 2-3 minutes. This is the format of Mahaprabhu's South India Yatra. Matta Simha Praya Prabhu Karila Gaman Prema Veshayaya Kari Nama Sankirtan. Matta Simha, like an intoxicated, maddened lion, Mahaprabhu is moving with a divine gait. Prema Veshe, absorbed in Prema, Yaya Kari Nama Sankirtan. He is chanting the holy names of the Lord. How? Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 Raksha Mam. Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam.
Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshamam. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Pahi Mam. In this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is propagating the easiest process of connecting with Krishna in this Kali Yuga. It is not austerities, it is not Vedic studies, it is not very deep analysis of different scriptures that we get Krishna Prema. It's by chanting the names of Krishna that we can easily attain the highest gift of Krishna Prema. In the Vedic literatures there are so many mantras. Om Tacham Yora Vrinimahe Gatum Yagnaya Gatum Yagnapataye Daivi Swastirastunaha Swastirmanushebhyaha Urdham Jigatu Bheshajam Shamno Astu Dvipade Esham Chatushpade. Please say it. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna hai. You said it. Even without slide also, when we say Krishna, Krishna, Krishna hai, devotees say. Even with slide also, this mantra is difficult to chant. Not to minimize the greatness of this mantras, but to understand the ability and capacity of Kali Yuga people to be able to take advantage of all kinds of processes available on the Vedic landscape in comparison to the process of holy name. Holy name of Krishna is the easiest way to reach the lotus feet of Krishna. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended on this planet to propagate the process of chanting Krishna's names, and he is personally chanting, just like a school teacher takes the hand of a child in her own hand and then writes A, B, C, D, like that. Mahaprabhu is personally chanting the holy names of the Lord and enabling us, inspiring us, empowering us to chant the names, and he would embrace everybody. And as soon as they touch Mahaprabhu's body, they will be infused with Krishna Prema, and in madness of ecstasy, they chant Krishna's names. And they will go and embrace somebody in their village. They will also be infused with Krishna Prema. Like that, Mahaprabhu has converted so many thousands of people in the south as devotees of Krishna. So with this sweet description of Krishna's holy names, let's conclude the session now. If you have any questions or comments, you can ask. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.